All right, so in assignment number 7, we're going to be talking about the area and the perimeter of certain figures. It could be shaded regions, or it just could be different types of polygons. And then we're going to be solving these equations that come up as a result of finding the area and the perimeter of these shapes. So let's go ahead and get started with this first problem. We're going to find the area and the perimeter of this rectangle. So we're going to start with the perimeter here. Remember, the perimeter is just the sum of all of the sides. So we have to remember that if this side here is 2x plus 3, then this side over here is also going to be 2x plus 3. If the top is 5x plus 2, then the bottom is also going to be 5x plus 2. So to find the perimeter, we're going to add up all of the parts of the polygon, or the polynomials that are the same. So 5x plus 2x plus 2x. 5 is 10, plus 2, that's 14 x's. And then 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 is a total of 10. So the perimeter is 14x plus 10. Now the area is a little bit more involved, because the area, we're actually going to take the length times the width. So that means we're going to take 5x plus 2 and multiply it times 2x plus 3. So I'm going to FOIL here. 5x times 2x is 10x squared. 5x times 3 is 15x. And then 2 times 2x is 4x. And 2 times 3 is 6. So when I combine my like terms, I'm going to have 10x squared plus 15x plus 4x. Well, 15x plus 4x, I can actually combine those two things. 15x plus 4x is 19x, and then plus 6. And so my area is 10x squared plus 19x plus 6. So now they want us to answer this question. If the perimeter is 38, we want to figure out what x is. So here we have the perimeter. We know that that is equal to 38. So I'm just going to set this equal to 38, and I'm going to solve it for x. I could subtract 10 from both sides, so then I'd have 14x equals 38 minus 10 is 28. And if I divide by 14, I'm going to end up with a value of x that is 2. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. All right, so take a look at this equation that we want to solve. Now, solving it means that we want to find a value for x that I can plug in for all of these x's. There are 6 of them. That's going to make this entire side here equal to this entire side here. So what I'm going to do to start off with is just simplify the left-hand side. I'm going to get rid of all the parentheses first. So I'm going to start by taking 2x times x. That's 2x squared. And then 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Then I'm going to distribute the negative x out. Negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x times 5 is negative 5x. So if I keep simplifying this side, I'm going to put my x squareds together. 2x squared minus x squared is just x squared. Then I have negative 6x plus 4x minus 5x. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2, and negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7x. And then I have the minus 12. So the left side simplifies to that. Then I'm going to simplify the right side. I'm going to take x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. If I combine like terms, I'm going to have x squared. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative x minus 6. And this equation says that those two sides are equal to each other. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides. And if I do that, you can see the x squareds just disappear. And I have negative 7x minus 12 equals negative x minus 6. We've solved many questions like this already. I want to get the x's together, and I think it's probably best to add 7x to both sides. That way my coefficient is positive. So I will have negative 12 is equal to negative x plus 7x is 6x minus 6. So now I have 1x, and I'm going to get rid of this 6 here first. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So I'll have 6x is equal to negative 6, and if I divide by 6, x is negative 1. Now, you can see here all the work that has gone into getting this answer, but I want to make sure that it's correct. And so I could plug negative 1 back in for all of these x's to make sure that this entire side is equal to this entire side. So let's go ahead and go on to the next problem. Here we want to find the area of the shaded region. As a matter of fact, it says that the area of the region is 34. The area of the shaded region is 34, and they want us to figure out what x is. So I'm going to have to write an equation here for the shaded region. So to find the equation for the shaded region, I'm going to start by finding the area of this rectangle by taking its length times its width. That's going to be x plus 2 times x plus 5. But it's not going to stay like that. That's going to be the entire thing, and I don't want the entire thing. I want to get rid of this part of it. And so I'm going to subtract the area of this white rectangle, which is x times x plus 3. So I have the area of the whole thing minus the area of the white rectangle. That's the area of the shaded region, which they said is 34. And so there's my equation, and I want to solve that for x. So I'm going to work on this just like we did the last problem. I'm going to simplify the left-hand side. I'm going to start here by foiling. X times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. And then negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x times positive, that's a positive 3 there. Negative x times positive 3 is negative 3x. So I'm going to combine that's equal to 34. I'm going to combine my like terms. X squared minus x squared is nothing. 5x plus 2x is 7x minus 3x is 4x plus the 10 equals 34. So if I subtract 10 from both sides, I'll have 4x equals 24. If I divide by 4, x then has to be 6. And so let's just go ahead and check this to make sure that it works. The area of the whole thing is going to be x plus 2, that's 6 plus 2, which is 8, times x plus 5, that's 6 plus 5, which is 11. Well, 8 times 11 is 88. That's the area of the whole thing. But I want to subtract the area of this rectangle, which is x, which is 6, times x plus 3, which is 9. Well, that's 54. And if I take 88 minus 54, I do get 34, which is what the area of the shaded region was. So we know we have it correct. Let's take a look at another question. The swimming pool below is surrounded by a deck. The deck has an area of 464 square feet. We want to figure out what x is. So I want to find the area of this shaded region around the pool, which is the area of the deck. And so I'm going to take the area of this rectangle here, and that is the length times the width, which is going to be 3x plus 8 times 2x plus 8. But that's going to give me the area of the whole thing. What I want to do then is subtract the area of the pool itself, which is 2x times 3x. So I'm going to start by, and by the way, it says the area of the deck is 464. That means what I have left is equal to 464, and I want to find out what x is. So I'm going to get rid of these parentheses here. I'm going to FOIL. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 3x times 8 is 24x. 24x. 8 times 2x is 16x. 8 times 8 is 64. Minus, when I take negative 2x times 3x, that's negative 6x squared. And that equals 464. So let's simplify things here. We have 6x squared minus 6x squared. Those cancel each other out. We have 24x plus 16x. 24x plus 16x is 40x plus 64 equals 464. So if I subtract 64 from both sides, I'm going to get 40x equals 400. If I divide by 40, x is 10. And so I could try to make sure that I'm correct here. I could plug a 10 in for all these x's, find the area of the shaded region there, and hopefully I would end up with 464. So that's our lesson for today. That's what we're going to be working on for our homework assignment. Let's go ahead and work on that, and we will go over questions that you have tomorrow in class.